A girl beating up a predator?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Screenshots, the Drinking Game Movie Podcast. Prey. It's got a 92% on the tomato meter and a 79% on the audience score. It's the movie that's making people say they're proud to be fans of Predator. It's the first Predator movie in a while that anyone's really been talking about like it's got any value or it's worth anything. So many people are excited about this. A lot of people are talking about it, and I don't know. I'm excited to talk about it. So, Johnny, what's it about and what's it making?
Okay, so Prey, 2007, stars Peter...
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Prey, 2014, starring Daniel Gillings.
No, it's... What are you doing?
Oh, the newer one. Okay. So
Yeah.
Prey 2016, Julian Lumen.
No. Prey 2000, it's 2022.
Oh, 2021. I'm sorry. Prey 2020, David Cross, Hannah...
No, 2022.
Oh, you mean Predator. So Predator... yeah, that's an okay bit. That wasn't that great. But Predator, it's an action adventure drama, blah, blah, blah. The origin story of the Predator in the world of the Comanche Nation 300 years ago. Naru, a skilled warrior, fights to protect her tribe against one of the first highly evolved predators to land on Earth. It's an hour and 39 minutes, directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who did 10 Cloverfield Lane. And he's an executive producer on The Boys, and he did some Black Mirror, apparently. But it's Hulu's best premiering movie thingy majig.
Deserves it.
Yeah, it's also on Disney Plus, which I did not know.
Prey is on Disney Plus?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Also, because it's Fox. Did you? Which dub did you watch?
There's more than one dub?
Mm-hmm.
I listened to the English words. I don't...
All right. Okay. Well, there's two dubs. First of all, ding yourself for English. There's two dubs, right? There is the English dub, which is with the Comanches, the main characters talk in English, right? And then I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird because I would have liked it better if they were just like speaking Comanche and there was subtitles. I thought that would have been cooler. But I'm like, all right, they sacrificed that to appeal to a broad audience because some people still don't like subtitles for some reason. But then I'm like, oh, there's somebody who's like, there's a Comanche dub to this, and I go, what? And they go, yeah, they actually filmed some of the scenes in Comanche. So it's subtitled. I went, ah.
Well, you know what's really cool? I don't think this is a spoiler at all. For any of the non-natives in the movie, they have speaking like gibberish.
Yeah, they were
almost.
Frenchmen.
Were they French?
Yeah, they were French. Gibberish.
It's basically gibberish.
You with your
If
French
you're
hat. How do you know that? How do you not know that was French with your French hat?
One of these days.
The worst part is the hypocrisy.
Yeah, okay.
That was ridiculous.
No,
You don't know
well, honestly, French is basically gibberish. No.
I like how the French are like, the French guy is like, hey, okay, we're not even talking about. Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But even though I watched this in English and I wished I watched it in the Comanche, the movie is very visually oriented and very visually successful. So it didn't really matter which language I watched it in because I thought it was very, very exhilarating and very, very tense and suspenseful. And I love the action. It was really good. This is actually a really good movie.
Yeah,
Boom.
it's great.
What'd you think?
It's great. I thought it was really good because when all the immediate like reviews came out, they all seemed really negative for like the normal like social like reasons, the social media reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But when people actually really started watching the movie and started reviewing it on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, and everyone's like, "This movie is amazing," and I'm like, "All right, I gotta check it out." And oh my gosh, yeah, I feel like this is one of those movies where I'm like, I wish they did stuff like this more often with a lot of movies. Because, for instance, if you watch any any new Star Wars stuff on like Disney Plus, and it's like they make like a really badass character into like a stay-at-home dad or something, and it's like it's kind of boring, They have the power and the money to make it so cool. When they make new Predators before this one, everyone was like really let down, but they were like, no, let's have one cook in the kitchen and make a good movie, and they did. It was really good.
I think one of the reasons people were talking about, especially like, oh, this movie woke or whatever. It's a minor thing where this movie isn't just about survival. Like it would be kind of. I feel like it would have no weight to it if the main purpose of the character was just to survive.
Yeah.
But in this, I like it a lot because the character's need for survival is a means to prove herself to her community.
Yep.
Which is not woke. That's just a
coming of age.
And it's basically coming of age, sort of like that. It's a very general premise, but because she's a woman in that community, they're kind of like it's fun. It's actually kind of funny seeing Native Americans go like, "Hey, go cook for us," you know. And some of that messaging is a little heavy-handed, but I think overall it works very well. It never feels like it's the point of the movie is to be like this political thing. I thought that was, even though it was a little squirrely done sometimes, I thought it was overall very good.
But there also comes like there's like, and I know you mentioned it before, where it's like there's at a certain point when there's too much like wokeness, it's like stale. It's like, okay, I know what you're doing, and I
Right,
can't
but
watch it. But this
there's
one
like
doesn't
there's
have
like
it.
two instances of like minor.
And even
it's
then,
not even.
even then, it doesn't really have it because there is a point in movies like we just went through like the last like 6 years of like super like agendaized or whatever like woke stuff. But movies need messages. They do. So it's like
Right.
eventually it's normal to have a message like that. It is. But no, I really liked it, and I wasn't pulled out of the movie at all. One thing I do have a problem with that has nothing to do with like the message was one day I hope they can find a way to make camouflage look good for the Predator. It,
Well,
like,
no,
looks
but
good.
here's okay. We can't go into that because it's spoilers. But I disagree with that. So,
Okay.
But also like one of the things I really like this movie is because usually with sequels or even like prequels, sometimes a franchise movie would want to, also you ding yourself for movie because you said movie before. A franchise movie would be like, all right, we have to go bigger and better, and then the scale would keep going up and up and up. But this movie does the opposite and goes, all right, instead of trying to make the story bigger and broader, why don't we just make it deeper and more intense, and we can make it like it has a perfect runtime, an hour and 40 minutes, and I feel like pound for pound, this movie probably is more solid than a typical Predator movie that would be like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something like that. I hope this gives studios and franchise movies the permission sort of to go and kind of scale down and try to make like a smaller, more intense story.
Yeah.
Because I think when you keep going up and up and up, I think some of the emotion could be lost there in the spectacle.
I was kind of trying to say that before. I probably like lost myself in my own words, but I was trying to say that where it's like when you reduce the scope, it makes everything more intense. It's like if you watch like
Yes.
if you watch like 10 people fight in a basketball court, it's like wow, 10 people are fighting in a basketball court. If you watch 10 people fighting in a locker room, you're like fuck, there's nowhere to go, and it's more intense. I feel like when you bring down the scope of like with Marvel stuff, like there's so much going on, it reduces like how much it really means to anybody.
Right.
But Iron Man 1, holy shit, this is crazy, this is awesome. But now it's like, oh, Avengers Endgame, I don't really care, right? So
what are you talking about? Everybody cared
no,
about
like
Endgame
like
for
the weight that each character holds as an individual is, I feel like, is diluted by the whole story. So I like when they can reduce all that to make it this Predator movie. And I do hope studios start doing more things like that, and they start giving permission for people to start doing things like that. Because I also fear that studios think that they have to catch up to all these big names. So they start like pulling no stops. Like they're putting all this money. They're getting these writers, these directors. They're getting these actors to try to like pour money into things, and it doesn't always work. But if you take one person, a few people maybe, that has a good idea, oh my gosh, they can make that an amazing, amazing movie. And I feel like they're losing
like the
that.
idea, like I tell my friends, like even my little sister, it's like, the Predator, and they go, yeah, it's like, okay, it's gonna be that, but with Native Americans 300 years ago, and they go, oh shit,
Yeah.
and that's really good. And like people, for all the hype this movie has, there is like some flaws to it, like
Of course.
especially with these types of movies, like sort of thriller, survival type things, or even like horror-ish elements to it. It's like there wasn't any time in this movie where I went, why would they do that? Like, let's make a stupid decision so that the movie can be more interesting. But I'm not saying there wasn't any of that. I was just so invested in the story that I didn't notice it at all. So I'm not saying if I go back and look, there might be some dumb decisions in there, but I didn't notice it the first watch.
I noticed one that's definitely that, in another part where it's kind of that. So I did notice that. But I was also preoccupied on a little bit of other things, so like I wasn't totally in the movie. But even while not being totally into the movie because I was doing other shit, it did kind of captivate me because we keep saying, it's cool seeing them reduce the scope and make an amazing movie. And I think the Predator, the character of the Predator, is cool on its own because, and please someone tell me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the case. I think the Predator is like a race of aliens that are they're trophy hunters. Like they take pride in that. Like that's their culture. So it's like they're individuals that just try to one up the other predator, to try to be better, try to be the best hunter. So I think it's cool that you don't need a huge army of predators. It's just one. What's in the labyrinth in Greek or Roman mythology, whatever it is, the Minotaur? It's like the Minotaur. I think that's a good way to relate the stories. The predator's like the Minotaur, and he's just in a labyrinth hunting people, and you don't need this huge grand army and like all these people fighting. It's just scary. It's scary, but not in a horror way, in a cool way. Am I making sense?
Yeah, actually, it's like the original Alien, right?
Yeah.
That's just one alien, and then the second one, arguably, they topped it with like I think it was like like a lot more. It was like a few dozen maybe.
Not sure.
But then instead of in the third one, it was actually a smart move in the third one. Instead of going, all right, we're gonna make a bunch, even more aliens, they went, all right, let's try to just go back to one alien. Even though that movie didn't turn out well because of studio reasons, but I think I actually like the girl a lot. Even though it's funny because the people are like, this is the first like Native American full cast or whatever. They picked like the whitest looking Native American.
Kind of looks like
girl.
your sister a little bit.
She looks like she's white. I don't really care. I'm not being like they should do better. Like who cares? She's a Native American. She's good enough for me.
She looks like your sister.
She was great.
Bit.
Also, her name is Amber Midthunder. Why do they have better names than us? That's such a sick ass name.
What would your Native American name be?
Johnny Kickass.
Mine would be Watch Rock Roll Up Hill.
That's kind of racist.
No, it's not.
Don't be racist.
Her name is Miranda
I
Kick
love
Thunder.
The American Indian people. What? Amber Midthunder.
Amber Midthunder.
Rolling Thunder. Oh, I'd be Johnny Rolling Thunder.
That's
like the Bob Dylan name. Rolling Thunder review. Oh, that'd be so good. Oh, I'd love it. See, in my case, when I pick a name like that, it's just me embracing how much I love the Native American, American Indian culture and community. But when you make a name, it's ignorant and bigoted and racist. So you probably should stop doing it. Go back with your French people in the woods.
French.
Who are the villains in this movie? How dare you affiliate yourself with some of the villains in this movie? Ridiculous.
That's actually a good question.
What
are there? So there's how many villains are in this movie? The French and the Predator, right?
Yes, I like how we have a movie where the villains are the Predator and the French. The French should be the villains in every movie.
Yeah,
my sister-in-law would love that.
That's so fucking funny.
That's good. They're all wearing their French hats. But that's the one. There's one weird thing. Oh, yeah, that's spoilers.
Let's go to ratings.
Yeah, let's go to ratings.
How are we gonna rate it?
So on a scale of
Oh, you couldn't have thought about it before you came here.
No, I thought about one before before we started, and I forgot it. So if is it Prey with an E or an A?
I'm not saying 'cause I think your word is
no. What
it's
is
an
it?
E.
Okay, because Mark thought it was an A before the podcast.
No, I didn't.
And I had to correct them.
Prey means
worshiping. In honor of Mark's ignorance for not knowing how it's spelled.
Oh my gosh, you fucking
we're gonna go on a
scumbag.
scale of 0 to 0 Hail Marys and our Fathers to 10 Hail Marys and Our Fathers because prayers. So I am gonna go. What's my overall thoughts here? It's got it's a nice little movie. They scaled it back, and I think that works very well. I hope more franchises have the confidence now to scale back their stories and focus on, instead of, like I said before, instead of focusing on bigger, broader stuff and trying to up the ante every time, you can kind of scale back and make something that's, more, deeper and more intense, with better character than those movies. I think, not everything is successful in it. I think there's some characters who feel like they're just a device for the main girl to, propel her through her arc or something like that. But the Predator's used very, very, very well. And even though the budget is, I would guess the budget's somewhere between like 30 and 60 million, and the CGI can get a little squirrely, I'm willing to forgive that because like there's one Predator fight between some animal in the woods, man, I thought was awesome in this movie. And even though the CGI is a little squirrely there, I still kind of forgive it a little bit because how well the movie uses the Predator. Was very good. So I would give it a. Do I think it's a great movie? I don't think the character was. On Letterboxd, I gave it a 4 stars out of 5, but I don't think the character was strong enough to warrant an 8 out of 10. So I'm going to give it a 7.8 Hail Marys and Our Fathers out of 10.
Interesting. I do expect that from you. I think that's a good score. I think that's a good.
By the way, that's a solid score.
I think that's good.
It's a very solid score.
I mean, everything you said in the beginning of your final thoughts is exactly what I always think about these kind of movies. For instance, like when we saw Batman, and it was like, oh, it's just Batman's not one of your words. Why are you smiling?
Because Mark's go-to thing, like anytime Mark, I feel like he kind of gets cold feet about talking about the movie. Because anytime you ask Mark, like, hey, Mark, what did you think about this movie? He'll be like, all right, let's go back to 1896, The Great Train Robbery, the first movie ever made.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Is
like,
that
dude,
actually the first movie ever made?
I don't think it's, well, it's like the first known.
No, we learned it in Nope. The first film was.
Well, that was film, but the first
motion
movie,
picture.
the first movie to use like that kind of style of editing was.
No, what I'm
Great
saying
Train.
is,
But
I want.
you would always go to like the
boy.
broadest, like, see, like, what did you think about this franchise movie, Mark? Well, the thing about franchises is that in the 70s.
All right, we get it. Let me fucking talk now. We get it.
Talk about the
we
movie,
fucking
bro.
get it. I was using it to relate it to character pieces. I like looking at characters. I know you said that you think the character wasn't strong enough for you to give it like an 8 or a 9 or anything, but I think reducing, like I keep saying, the scope of things and turning things into just not character pieces, but like where we focus on a character's like fight through something, or we're always with the character seeing what they're doing. I think that's really cool. I don't think you can get away with it with big movies, like we see all the time. But when it comes to movies like The Predator or anything where it's just, I don't know how to explain it. I like it. I think it is character driven, but it's not character driven in the sense where it's like The Gray Man or anything. It's character driven in the sense where it's like the Predator, seeing the Predator, knowing his backstory is just like, I'm a trophy hunter, and seeing someone that doesn't have all the technology, doesn't have all the guns. I think that's fucking cool. And I think it's a cool concept. Like when you said, when you're telling people about this movie, it's Native Americans and the Predator, and like, oh, that's fucking cool. It's a cool idea. And I don't think cool ideas like that get greenlit a lot because people are afraid that no one's going to like it. People are afraid that no one's going to like it because everyone's used to these big, grand movies. Everyone's used to fucking Avengers. Everyone's used to Harry Potter. Everyone's used to fucking Star Wars.
When's the last mainstream movie that had mostly full cast of American Indian Native American characters?
Let me actually try to think. I'm not sure. I think I
don't know
the
one.
full cast. Oh, nothing.
I don't know one.
Nothing. The full cast, no way.
Yeah.
But so removing any of like the diversity stuff, which is cool, right? But the story alone, I think that's cool because I don't need to know what happened after. I don't know what needed to happen before. I'm not like, oh, show me Predator's planet. I'm not like, oh, show me how she becomes the chief and tries to hunt more. I don't care. The story as a standalone is fucking cool. It's over. I don't need another one. And I think that's a green light for all these kind of things.
So what do you rate it?
I give it, what was it? Hail Marys and what?
Our Fathers.
I give it.
You know that. You're a God-fearing Christian.
I give it.
Alcohol.
I give it 5 Hail Marys and 3 All Fathers. So for an 8.
What?
For an 8.
That's not how
I
you
add them together.
No.
Oh
I gave it a
gosh.
7.8 Hail Marys and Our Fathers. It's the same. Cause the priest never goes, hey, do 7.2 Our Fathers and then 8 Hail Marys. He's like, hey, do 3 of each.
No, they don't.
I don't know. Just do
You're
it how I
wrong.
did. Just do it how I did it.
You are wrong.
Well, you're the God-fearing Christian of that, but you better be right. But just
I
do it.
am
Just do
right.
it how I did it.
Okay, I give it 8 All Fathers and Hail Marys.
So you thought it was great.
Yeah, I did.
8.0.
Maybe an 8.2, but I'm gonna say 8.
Okay.
Stay safe.
Boom. Jumble it all together. 7.9. Boom. Copyright.
This is such a fucking pain, bro.
Why?
Moving on to the
Wait, why is it a pain?
to spoilers and
Whoa, why is it a pain?
2,
I know everything is
1.
painful for you, but why is it a pain? Mark, you can't. That's racist. You can't say that. Anyway, we're back. So I thought that even as cool as seeing the American Indians in the woods was pretty cool. I thought, why were they so skinny? They should have been way bulkier. All of them look like
You think so?
It looks like they spent their lives playing Warzone. Like they didn't feel to me very skilled.
Maybe it would have made sense if they were more muscular, but not like they wouldn't have had more mass.
Well, but if they looked like they've ever done anything in their entire life, like the girl had, and it seemed like the girl was like physically denser and tighter than the guys. The guys just look kind of like.
What do you think the
like
girl
bitches.
was?
Huh?
What do you think the girl was?
I didn't say anything. How old is she? But no, I didn't mean that. But I thought that their physicality, I didn't buy their physicality as much as I would like to have.
I was actually
did
kind
you
of
notice that at all?
I was thinking the same thing. Like there was this one scene where what's the girl's name? What's the girl's name?
Naru, Nara,
Naru.
Amber Mid Thunder.
When Naru was like going on like the hunt, right, or something, they one of the guys said, "Get her out of here. We don't want her here." And I looked at him. I'm like, "Bro, shut up. Look at you. Like he looks so like flabby and
Right.
flimsy." I'm like, so I did notice it.
Right. Well, I thought it was weird how they weren't, because there's a scene in the movie where the French guy is French, right? And he goes, "Let me speak in their language," and then he starts speaking in English. So I thought that was kind of strange. Like I get it was like they kind of sacrificed that in order to like make it a less risky movie. Like, oh, it was good to make it all Comanche. I like that. If
Right.
that what?
I want to tell you what I thought that was. The reason why I said gibberish in the beginning was because I thought they were making like a creative decision where it's like the English was the Comanche and then the gibberish was supposed to be English. And but we're in the heads of the Comanche, you know? So I was
That's like a Buzz Lightyear Toy Story type
That'd be cool.
confusing premise.
that'd be cool.
It's like, oh no, it's not the character of the toy. It's the character that the toy is based off of in the universe that Andy watched. So it's another.
I'm sorry deep concepts are hard for you to understand.
It's very hard for me because I'm over 40 years old and I don't understand what Lightyear is. Who is he? Why is he gay now? It doesn't make any sense to me. I think I should boycott that movie.
Why were you saying that when you watched that movie?
What?
Is there a problem that he's gay?
Huh? No,
So
I was
continue.
being I was being all the people in here. But no, that was my thought. It was I would have liked the movie better if I watched. I would have liked the movie better if I watched the Comanche version. I don't think that's a fault on the movie
so?
because I probably should. Yes, because I would have liked if they were actually speaking Comanche and it was subtitled.
I don't like reading my movies. That's the problem. I wanna like I
Oh.
want it to be leisurely, you know.
That's so xenophobic of you. You don't. Why do you hate Parasite? Why do you hate every other
Actually,
country?
never saw Parasite.
You damn fat. You America first
What'd you call
fascist.
me? What'd you call me?
You America first fascist.
Oh, okay, that's what you said. Sure. Sound like no. I'll tell you.
Oh, you
later.
sounded like I said the other F word?
Yeah,
No,
that's what
only
it-
a fascist would think I say that word. No, I
Alright.
didn't say that. No, but you know what? I did like I liked how like there was a friend, that one French guy. You'd think he was going to be like a character. He's going to be like one of the characters now, and then the
Yeah.
predator kills him like 5 minutes later.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they found a way not to have to kill the dog.
Yes, they didn't kill the dog. That was I should have given it an extra point. Have you taken any of your shots yet?
I just took one. I'm taking my next one now.
All right. So, but one of the things I did like is how people were arguing like, how was a dumb girl in this fake movie where the predator doesn't exist and he has camouflage. The camouflage is fine. You know, it's perfectly reasonable in the confines of science. You can make a camouflage suit. But a girl beating up a predator? Ridiculous. Like, first of all, it's 300 years ago, right? So if our technology is different, maybe the Predator's technology
Not
is
that
different.
much different,
Which it
though.
is, because the camouflage isn't as good as in the original Predator movies. And he doesn't have
Really?
some of the same. Yeah.
I didn't notice.
And so I thought that, you know, I'm willing to suspend some disbelief in the fact, if you could suspend disbelief that there's a giant predator going around killing everybody, you can suspend disbelief that this girl was able to strategically kill this predator.
Also, I feel like if we put ourselves in like the mind of like what the predator character is supposed to be like, I feel like they rip away as much armor and weapons from themselves as they can to make it challenging. So like any technology he had that was like a fail safe. I
really liked how she, and that's the thing. I liked how she used his armor because it's kind of a bitch thing to like be like, I have all this sick technology. It's like hunting deer with a minigun. It's like that. How is that challenging? You know.
Well, so I was saying, I feel like
Yeah.
the predator, his goal is to be challenged because he travels the cosmos for fun, just to kill things, right? And I think what he wants is like, okay, I have all this technology on my ship, but I'm only gonna take my arrow gun thing
Right.
and my cloaking device, and most of his kills happen with his knives. So he reduces his technology and only uses it when he needs to. Like when he blew up all those Frenchmen, it's because there was a whole bunch of them with guns. So like
Right.
he had like he's okay, I gotta do this because I'm literally dying right now. So I think it's not. Remember in the original Predator.
I never seen it.
Well, I'll explain the scene to you. Arnold, he's everyone's dead but him, and he's like in a swamp with the Predator, and Arnold's like, all right, come on, let's do this. And the Predator takes off all of his gear and fist fights Arnold because the Predator wants a noble and honorable fight and if necessary death. So I don't think he wants to like overkill them. I think he wants a battle. So that's why I think like it does make sense. It is reasonable for her to be able to do
Well, he
this.
wants to challenge because that's why he didn't kill her when she was all. She was in the bear trap. He didn't kill her because he wants that challenge.
I also,
but I liked how she used the technology to kill him.
Yes.
To even out that disparity between their physical prowess. You know.
Do you like how?
I thought that was really smart. When you see the predator standing in line of the lasers and you see the things going, I go, oh shit.
Do you like that? That's how the movie taught her the technology. Do you like I think that scene was well done.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought that was cool, and I liked how she put the blood on her as the face paint.
Yeah,
that was really good. What did I say?
Well, first you said dog before, and then you just said blood. So
blood.
Yeah, but remember the scene?
Anyway, Johnny Walker. Well,
I'll get it.
Yeah, after you're done talking.
Remember the scene when she's looking for the predator. Or she doesn't know it's a predator yet. She's just going to look for whatever the fuck was killing things and making lightning in woods, right? And she falls into the mud pit. I thought that was the movie's reveal of her going to be like, oh, I got to slather mud over my body.
Yeah, that's what my dad said.
But it wasn't. And she used that as a trap later on. But I think that was, not only was that a setup for a trap she made, but I also think that was kind of a callback. That You
know, it's also, I forgot what I was going to say. Mark's getting the Johnny Walker. That was a blunder. We waited for him to go off camera so I could start talking.
And then he totally screwed it up.
Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, they do that thing. That's another thing. You know what? There is 3 dumb things that happen in this movie. They do the getting hit on the head and knocked out and waking up somewhere else 3 times.
Right.
They did it thrice. Yeah. Thrice?
Yeah.
It's way too much.
That's a lot.
But anything else, like I'm sure I'll go back and watch it and be like, oh, why would she run there instead of just doing that? But I'm not really that analytical about movies when I'm watching, like, plot-wise. People are like, why wouldn't, like, he sends an email to her and that causes a problem. And the person's like, well, why don't they just send an email and then they go there and then this happens? Like, they'll like put together a situation where they could have resolved it while watching the movie. It's like, I don't know how you're able to pick apart the movie on that quickly of a, pace. Like, I can't do that. I just kind of like watching the movie.
Well, the one thing the 2 things I had. Well, actually, first, what was your favorite? I think there's technically 3. One of them was like stupid, but what was your favorite animal fight? And then I'll tell my point. What'd you just do?
My favorite animal fight?
Because there was 2.
The bear.
Well, so the 2 problems I have is that one scene
What if you were like, oh, he's definitely gonna say bear, and I'm like, dude, when
snake.
he killed that little cockroach motherfucker, he had no idea what was coming.
So the 2 problems I have with, like, why didn't she do this or why did they do that is first, when she was holding the gun and she didn't shoot the predator when she had a clear shot, and it was loaded. She figured it out and it was loaded. It was primed. It was ready to go. And she was just like looking at him. And instead of shooting him, she like ran away because her brother clawed at the predator's calf with the skull. And she was like, now's my chance to run away. Or you could have shot him. That's one problem I have. And the other problem I have is when they did the bear scene. When he was held up the bear and he was drinking the blood out of the bear, it's like you didn't see her just sitting there in front of you.
He didn't have his thermal things on.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but he still has normal vision without it.
Yeah, but he's fighting a bear.
No, the bear's already dead though. And then 5 feet in front.
Dude, he's drinking the blood of a bear. He's in the mode.
That did happen more than once where like there's like no reason why he didn't see her just then and there. That happened at least 2 or 3 times. And I'm like, I'm like, all right, okay. Like the one was the bear. Another one was in the first fight scene when all the native men were attacking the predator and she was bound and she was trying to cut her bonds. He could have just seen her so easily and killed her instantly.
Yeah, but she wasn't a threat there because she was bound.
I know the argument, but I feel like it would have been so easy.
Yeah, but I'm saying they established that's.
No, I know. It's my problem, not yours. So.
This is my problem. Well, this is the answer to your problem. No, it's still a problem.
Hold on a second. So
you're perfect for political discourse. You never learn from your mistakes.
Johnny, don't do that. So what were they called? It wasn't a tiger. The puma, the
Yeah, I liked how that one guy was like, "You're a dumb bitch, and you should be making my laundry. You should be doing my laundry and cooking my food, bitch." And then he gets totally fucking killed instantly by a puma.
Yo, it's so fucking
Yeah.
funny.
You
They kept saying lion, and I'm like, why would they know that word exists? Lions don't exist in America. I don't know.
Oh, really?
That kept pulling me out. Yeah, because lions only exist in Africa. I'm pretty sure.
But there's mountain lions in California.
Do they call them mountain lions?
Mountain lions. That's what a mountain
I
lion
guess,
is.
I guess you're right. I kept thinking about pumas and cougars. I wasn't thinking it. Shut up.
Bleep this out. Uh-oh, retard alert.
Why would I bleep that out?
Is that what me saying retard?
Why would you say it then?
'Cause
Wait,
it's-
say the thing you were gonna say.
It's funny.
Say the thing
I'm not gonna say that.
You gotta
But-
say that.
No, I'm not gonna say that because I was quoting you. But
What?
anyway, I did think the brother was kind of. I liked him in the beginning, but I
Sorry.
what, I said
Oh,
brother.
you did say lion, so.
I think the brother. I felt that he was sort of like I said before. He felt like a kind of a device in order to propel Naru through her character arc. Like he was just like, you know what? No, I did. You did get the puma. I was just lying. I'm gonna tell you right at this instant because this is the point in time you need to learn this. So go off and whatever. You can do it. I thought it was a little. His existence was a little.
I like that their relationship did feel genuine though.
Yeah, that's true. I like when she came back with the predator head. That was
Yeah, that was pretty
good.
cool.
That was really good.
Oh, and I did like, I actually did warm my heart when she was claiming her spot as war chief, and that little girl was like, one day that's gonna be me.
There was a girl who said that.
She didn't say that, but like she was looking at her like,
Oh yeah.
looking up to her like.
But they didn't
that's
say
my
any
hero.
dialogue, right?
No dialogue.
All right, good.
So okay.
Because if visually, if you already have a girl looking up to her like that, you don't need
Yeah,
dialogue.
yeah, it didn't need dialogue.
Like there's a scene in in the Zack Snyder's Justice League, right? Wonder Woman's in there, and she saves all the little girls from this guy who's about to just like shoot all these little girls, and he saves them all. And then she's like, and then the girl's like, all you need in that scene is just the girl smiling at her, and Wonder Woman like giving her a thing or just smiling back. You don't need any. And then the girl's like, "Can I be like you one day?"
Oh my god.
And then Wonder Woman's like, "You can be anything you want to be."
Yeah, that's. So
And I'm like, you don't need
stupid.
dialogue there. Come on.
Yeah.
But
Let me see what else I got here.
I have nothing.
I said that. Oh, I think that okay. Whenever she kept saying like there's a monster or there's something in the woods, if any group of people in history, I feel like that would believe that there is a spirit in the woods, it would be American Indians, because like that's a lot of their folklore is about that.
Skinwalkers.
Yeah, skinwalkers, Wendigos. I don't know if Wendigo's a native thing, but they
Was it? I
kept.
thought a Wendigo was people who ate people.
Yeah, but that might also be a native folklore thing. But I feel like if this girl, who is not a child, is running around saying, "Guys, there's a monster in the woods," they'd probably be inclined to believe her.
Yeah, but she's a dumb woman. She doesn't know what she's talking. That's all womanly imaginings, that predator, and then they get decapitated instantly.
Oh man, that's a soundbite if I ever heard one.
Don't ever.
That is a soundbite if
Don't
I
ever take
ever
that out of
heard one,
context.
man. Holy shit.
right,
Oh wait.
what?
Okay, so I want to just make sure I get everything. We know we already talked about the bear scene, but I do think it was cool as fuck. The bear scene was so awesome. Watching it drink. What did I say?
You said awesome.
I got you for 4 things, by the way.
Yeah, I gotta take a few more shots.
I think the bear scene was so fucking cool. And watching it drink the blood. I also, before that scene came, I was asking myself, I was like, would a predator be able to fight a bear? And I got the scene, like, right after.
Yeah.
And the bear actually gave a good fight. The bear
that
fucked
was
it up.
sick. That was like seeing.
Go ahead.
Anyway,
Let me hold on. Let's see. I think they
I can hear the people clicking off of YouTube right now.
watching. I think I like watching them use nature to build tools, medicine, and other things. I think that was really cool.
Mm. When she eats the thing that makes her cold.
Yeah, and I also think there was one more thing. Oh,
Also, wouldn't that kill you if it made you that cold? I thought it, like the whole point of that is that it makes you feel cold, not that it actually makes you cold.
well, I think
If you were at ambient temperature, I'm pretty sure you would be dead.
I think I might be wrong, but I feel like they might have said something about it in the movie, saying like too much if it can kill you, but
Yeah.
just enough is okay.
Mm.
But yeah, also no, that doesn't make any sense. If you feel cold, it's not the same thing as being cold. It's like drinking
Yeah.
booze makes you feel warm, but you're not actually
Yeah,
warm.
drinking booze gives you confidence when in reality you should have none.
How
of
many
it.
shots you got left?
I don't know. 1,
I got you 4 times. How many shots did you take?
3. No, I took the big one,
Okay,
and then I took
2 half ones.
yeah.
I mean, you have one more half one.
Okay.
But one more thing, I feel like
Oh my god, you said one more thing 6 more things ago.
I keep saying one more thing, but you keep interrupting me, so I
No,
have to
I
keep
don't.
going back.
I've never
You're doing it
interrupted
now.
you. No, I'm not.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like people would think that this movie drags in the beginning, but I think it's just on the mark of being too long and being just right between everything starts getting crazy and everything's being established. I think there's just enough time to make it almost perfect between setting up the characters and getting into the movie.
Right. Yeah, because there's a kind of balance you need to strike of like, all right, how we want to see the Predator. How long can we watch this girl go? No, this is something else, and the guy's like, don't worry about it. We've done it 1,000 times.
Also, what's great about the Predator is he's not one of those characters where you have to do like a Jaws with him. It's like you can show him immediately and have a blast. You don't need to be like, oh, what?
Yeah, they show the ship from like a They show the ship from like a pretty omnipotent or omnipresent type of view. What's all seeing mean? What's
omnipotent?
Omnipotent is all
Omnipotent.
powerful.
All seeing. I'm
Omnipresent
not
is mean you see omnipresent like shot of like the big ship. I'm like, oh, they did that pretty early.
Would you ever go hunting?
Yeah.
What would you hunt?
People.
All right,
I'd get really rich. I would get really rich, right? And then I would invite all these people to come on my island, and then I would hunt. I can call it's like be like the world's most dangerous game.
I hate you so much.
Why? What did I say?
Because it's a good.
What word did you get me on?
Oh, hunt.
Oh, okay, that's good. Oh, you got all 5.
I got all 5.
Damn.
I got all 5.
That's the first time that ever happened. All
that
right.
was a good callback, though.
Let's do. I'm gonna put that on my tab because I gotta go home. But
how many? Both of them or just one?
Two
okay.
halves, so one full one. So yeah, let's do. Let's do my movie recommendation.
Better be a good one.
I'm gonna do because the only other mainstream movie that I can think of right now that has American Indians in it is
Adam Sandler's Netflix TV show movie. What was that? Ridiculous Six.
I've never seen it. I'm gonna okay. Jeremiah Johnson, 1972, an hour and 48 minutes long, directed by Sidney Pollack and written by John Milius. One of my favorite movies. Great movie. It's the premise is a mountain man who wishes to live the life of a hermit becomes an unwilling object of a long vendetta by the Crow tribe, and proves to be a match for their warriors in single combat on the early frontier. So he's basically like a Civil War veteran who wants to be a mountain man. He goes up into the mountains and he kind of runs into
what genre is this?
I guess adventure drama western. He wants to be alone in the mountains, but like he keeps sort of like similar to Outlaw Josie Wales. He keeps like accruing all these characters out there that he kind of like doesn't want, but he learns to like live with it. So like there's one point like he accidentally finds himself in the hands of a Native American tribe, and he gives them a really good present, and which is like frowned upon because then if you give somebody a present, they have to give you a greater present in return.
Oh, that sucks.
So he gives him his daughter. He's like, I don't want a daughter. I want to live in a mountain, man. And then like a few more scenes later, he's you're a pretty good looking daughter.
Oh God.
And then he has sex with her. She's of age.
Oh, okay.
But then
is it consensual?
Yes. He finds like a little boy. So they kind of they kind of make like their own little family and stuff. And then something happens where he basically just goes on and kills all like the Crow tribe keeps sending their best warriors at him for years.
Why?
They just keep sending because something happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like you should have recommended Bone Tomahawk.
I've already recommended that
1,000,000 times.
Yes, but go see Bone Tomahawk as well. And like Mark, it's a racist movie. Apparently, I saw a YouTube video that said Bone Tomahawk. Apparently, I saw a video that said Bone Tomahawk was racist, but I don't think that's true. Anyway,
word reveal.
Yeah. I did movie, franchise, dub, English, and awesome. I got them on thrice.
I would never have said dub. I would never have said dub.
Well, because I was saying the dub. Well, you actually did say dub. I didn't get you on because I wanted to get you on English. But
I said I have dog. I don't know what I just got. Blood, hunt, lion, and I have no idea. Did I get you on dead?
No, you got me on bear.
Bear. This is bear. Sorry. Okay. Dog, bear,
anyway, that's
blood,
the podcast. We're 40 minutes in.
40 minutes in. Oh, good. All right, guys. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. And
what's our next podcast?
We can. I don't know.
Our next podcast is like in September.
I don't know if I want to. We can do bodies, but it's kind of late now.
Did it come out?
It came out on the 8th. Came out on the 8th.
Yeah, but was it limited release or wide release?
No. We can still see it. I don't know if it's limited.
We'll figure
or
it out.
Bye.
That was pretty good.
trying to say I was racist on that episode. Like,